Hello everybody, it's Shannon. Assalamu alaikum. Shannon معكم. These sleeves are really long. Like, look at that. شوفوا الأكمام مرة طويلة. Anyway, today we're going to talk about one of the best parts about learning Arabic, or at least in my opinion. اليوم بنتكلم عن أفضل شيء في تعلم اللغة العربية أو في تعلم أي لغة. I think in learning any language, one of the most fun parts is when you get to learn the أمثال, like the proverbs, the idioms, these colloquial phrases, you know, stuff like that. بالنسبة لتعلم اللغة العربية أو أي لغة، بالنسبة لي أفضل شيء تعلم العبارات المجازية، الأمثال، أشياء زي كذا, okay? And so for all you Arabic learners out there, we're going to talk about some Arabic proverbs or Arabic phrases, idioms, stuff like that. All right, I'm going to share with you some things from my Excel and just some things that I've collected over the years in terms of Arabic phrases and, you know, proverbs and things like that. So hopefully you'll find this useful. All right, and the first one I want to start with is something that I had talked about this proverb in a previous video, and I actually cut it out because I realized I had interpreted it wrong. I had read it wrong. So the proverb was الحق الكذاب لين بيته. I thought that as الحق, but actually الحق is a verb. Like, there's the noun الحق, and then there's الحق, which means like follow that person. الحق, append, subjoin, suffix. Follow the liar up until the door of his house. And it's like saying, basically what my teacher explained it as is the liar can only get so far. Follow them up until the door of their house, but don't follow them any further. I wouldn't even follow them to the door of their house if you know they're a liar, but maybe it's like, you can see like things will come true when you get to their house, like, you know, because people store in their house all their personal possessions, and you'll see how the liar is actually a liar. So maybe it's just a way of saying, oh, الكذاب لين بيته. It could be a way of saying, like, you know, okay, you're suspicious about this person, maybe follow it through a little bit further and you'll see that I'm right and they're like a liar. Or like, you know, it's like if you're unsure about a person, okay, الحق الكذاب لين بيته وبتشوف الحقيقة. All right, another one, اللي ما يعرف الصقر يشويه. And it means like if you don't know who somebody is, you could insult them and screw yourself over. I don't know what I had that as my meaning, but it's basically what it literally means is like the person whoever doesn't know the الصقر is the falcon. And you know, falcons are super expensive, and like falconry is like a sport over there. Falcons are really prized possessions and animals. I think even people even like they have them on the plane. They put like the little thing over its eyes. The person who you can't recognize a falcon, you're gonna, يشويه is like grill it. Like you think it's a chicken or something else. Like if the person who doesn't recognize a falcon is gonna, yeah. So it's like, I think in that sense also it can mean it's like if you don't recognize the value of something, you're going to mess it up. Like you can't appreciate what it actually is. You know what I mean? So it's like somebody, you give them something valuable, or they see something valuable and they don't realize that it's value. They're just going to treat it like it's nothing. I don't know, but I said if you don't know who someone is, you may insult them and screw yourself over. That's one possible thing, but it's also just like you have something you can't even appreciate. You're not going to take good care of it, I think is what I would see that as a meaning now too. All right, ترفع أنت ترفع رأسي. Well, this is not really a proverb, but it means you make me proud. أنا فخورة فيك. أنت ترفع رأسي. It means you lift my head. ترفع رأسي. Which I feel like, because that, you know, you have your face, like if you're like looking up, it's kind of like a way of pride. And if I'm like looking down, it's like I'm like maybe ashamed or embarrassed of you, but if you lift my head, it's like I'm proud of you. أنت ترفع رأسي. They also say أنت تاج رأسي. You're the crown on my head. Is like another way of saying like a nice thing to somebody. So some dust on here. يعرف اليوم بفلوس بكرة ببلاش. This is a good one. It means يعرف اليوم بفلوس. The news that you have to pay for today, tomorrow you're going to get it for free. And so it's like saying everything will become clear very soon. You know, today you have to pay for it. So it's like another way of saying like be patient. بصلتك محروقة. بصلتك محروقة is another phrase, it means your onion is burnt. And it's like saying like chill, like stop rushing. بصلتك محروقة. I don't know how that popped into my head, how I even remember that. I don't even use that a lot. But once you can use Proverbs in another language, I feel like you're really like getting somewhere, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna go through, and when I see something that is interesting, I'm gonna share it with y'all. Idin min tain, idin min ajin. Oh, that means idin, they say idin or idin, it's an ear. Idin min tain, tain I think is clay. Idin min ajin, and ajin is I think dough. And it means like an ear out of clay and an ear out of dough is when somebody's not really paying attention. They're just like not even ignoring, they're just like whatever. Idin min tain, idin min ajin. Shayn qawayat ayn. That's when somebody has no shame and they're very bold to ask for a favor from you. You have a bad attitude / you dare to ask from me. Shayn qawayat ayn. Shayn is like ugly. Qawayat is like the strength. It's just like from Goa. Shayn qawayat ayn is like, really? Like you have the gall to like, after maybe somebody had offended you and they have the gall to ask for something from you later. Okay. عاشوا في تبات ونبات means they lived happily ever after. I had forgotten that one. I don't know what tabat ونبات is. I thought nabat is vegetables. Let me see. Tabat ونبات. Plants and plants is what Google Translate have. Because I know Google Translate is really bad for like, it's really bad for proverbs and idioms and things. That's why I did an app, أمريكية. I'll put the link down below. And that translates a lot of English, like idioms and proverbs, to Arabic. طاح متعوس على خايب الرجا, which means the unfortunate person and the loser were reunited. طاح متعوس, متعوس, what is that? طاح means fell. متعوس, the wretched, it means wretched in here too. طاح متعوس على خايب الرجا. خايب الرجا is somebody who had bad luck. So I don't know when you would say that when two unfortunate people come back together. I don't know. طاح الفأس في الرأس. And it means, this one means like there's nothing you can do now. طاح الفأس في الرأس. الفأس I thought is like a hammer and the رأس is the head. Let me double check. الفأس. طاح الفأس. الفأس. The axe. Oof. طاح الفأس في الرأس means the axe fell on the head, and it's like you can't do anything now. That's very macabre. حديد على حديد ما يلوف. Iron on iron does not work. I think that's like, it's like, what is it, like water and oil don't mix? Maybe it's something like that. حديد على حديد ما يلوف. It means like iron, yeah, iron on iron doesn't, يلوف is like turn. So maybe it's like two people who have strong personalities. When you put them together, it's like it's not gonna make a difference. Maybe people who are stubborn. Oh, here's one. اعقلها وتوكل. Make sense of something and just count on God. What else do I have? قدم السبت تلاقي الأحد. This one, the closest definition I think is quid pro quo. You know, or like you get what you give. It means you present a Saturday, you find a Sunday, or it's like you give a Saturday, you find a Sunday. طبطب وليس يطلع كويس. طبطب وليس يطلع كويس. يطلع كويس means like it turns out okay. طبطب وليس. I think it's like when something is like cheaply done. Or you say أنا هسوي بقفة يدي. It means like I'm going to do it with the back of my hand. Like I'm not going to put any effort into it. اشبك قايم على جنبك اشبك قايم على جنبك شمال. It means you woke up. It's like, what's wrong with you? You got up on the wrong side of the bed, basically. أنت اشبك مضيع خميسك. مضيع خميسك. مضيع means lost, and خميس is Thursday. So it's like you don't know what day. And اشبك مضيع خميسك means like you're confused and lost. بطلة محروقة, somebody who's like always rushing. خلاني بنص حوايجي. خلاني بنص حوايجي. I think it means like he left me with half of, I think حوايجي is my clothes. خلاني بنص حوايجي is like, basically means that person, they embarrassed me a lot. They made me feel ashamed or guilty. Is خلاني بنص حوايجي. I don't know why. I know يتفشخر is somebody who struts around. Like, Okay. Oh, another one for somebody who rushes a lot. You say, "Ishbak molud bi saba ashhur." What's wrong with you? Were you born in 7 months? Like, yeah, somebody, because I think it's like 9 months. I've never been pregnant, but I think 9 months is like the term of pregnancy. So if you say, "What were you born in 7 months?" It means like, it's like, why are you rushing so much? Ishbak molud bi saba ashhur. When you say to somebody who's rushing. Let's see what else is in here. Dabur wazin ala kharab عاشوا. Dabur is like, I think like a fly or a hornet, and it buzzes around and it messes up its own nest. So it's like saying meddling in somebody's, what's going on with somebody is going to backfire. Dabur wazin ala kharab عاشوا. ما يحك جلدك إلا ضفرك. Means nobody's going to scratch your itch except your own finger, basically what it's saying. Like from adafir. You're like, so it's like, yeah, you have to depend on yourself. Okay, now I have to use my finger for this. Oh, here's one. من قل عقله تبات رجلي. And that means like, literally it means like from the smallness of his mind, his legs got tired. From the smallness of his mind, he's like, and I have here, it said when somebody does something dumb and they get hurt. من قل عقله تبات رجلي. Okay, so yeah, it's like you didn't think about doing something and then you got hurt. And you didn't think it through. Oh, here's a good one. الكبد يولد الانفجار. But this is a very popular, I mean, repression creates explosion or a blast. So like, when you repress something, eventually it's going to build up and explode. What else do we have in here? I mean, there are a lot of great words I have in here. I want to kind of like focus on the ibarat majaziyya and that kind of thing. هو يصطاد في الموية العقرة. العقرة عقرة يصطاد في الموية. يصطاد means hunts. He hunts in the dirty water. So it's like somebody who's like fishing in murky water, somebody who's exploiting a situation, somebody who's like trying to, yeah, get something out of a messy situation. ما بعد الضيق إلا الفرج. ما بعد الضيق. ضيق is like narrow or tight, and faraj is like relief. After a tight situation, you can only have relief. It's basically like saying there's nowhere to go but up from here. I mean, you only have relief after a tight situation. It's a very optimistic thing to say. Oh, here we go. Ma bil yad hayla. Not in my hand, I don't have any trick. It means like I'm out of ideas. There's nothing else I can do. Ma bil yad hayla is like I feel like I'm at the end of my rope, you know. We can say haylu ma tkhallas means like haylu is like he's never out of tricks. His tricks don't end. Haylu ma tkhallas. Here's one thing also, like if you want to say to somebody, okay, this is like a polite thing you can say when somebody invites you for dinner or whatever, you can say sufra daima inshallah, like when they cooked for you. When they ordered takeout and things, I would say like akramakumullah. Akramakumullah is like a say, yeah, like God bless you, thanks for the food, and tislam yaddik. When somebody made something with their hands, I would say tislam yaddik. What else do we have in here? Lazim arda bigerdi. It means, okay, so lazim, it means you have to. Arda means like be satisfied, and gerd is a monkey. There's one proverb, it's like, al-gerd fi ayn ummu ghazal, which means a monkey in the eyes of his mother is like a ghazal, which is a gazelle, which is like one of the most beautiful animals, right, for them. So they say, yeah, just like al-qamar is the moon, it means the moon, but they use it to say to a woman, anti qamar, means like you're so beautiful, as they compare them to the moon. But yes, yeah, so there's gerd, which is like an ugly animal, and then there's ghazal. I mean, you know, people like monkeys. I think some monkeys can be cute, but you know, in the Proverbs, it kind of shows that the way they see monkeys is kind of ugly. So al-gerd fi ayn ummu ghazal means like even an ugly person is pretty to their mom. And we can also say, yeah, لازم أرضى بجردي means like I have to be content with like my lot in life. Okay. Here we go. Here's another one. Man حكى ليك حكى فيك. Man حكى ليك حكى فيك means the person who حكى comes from like حكيت, or you know, tells a story. Man حكى ليك, the person who talks to you, gossips to you. حكى فيك also is a gossip. That person's also talking about you. عينك قوية. Like we said, شين وقواة عين means like they're shameless. عينك قوية means, yeah, like your eye is strong. It also means you're shameless. It's another way of saying that. راح الليل في هضم الهيل. The whole night passed by and they in digesting. الهيل is the cardamom seeds. So it's basically saying like they wasted time. راح الليل في هضم الهيل means like they were doing nothing, just like chilling. حلم البساس كله فيران. حلم البساس كله فيران. And it means the cats dream only of mice. All cats dream about are mice. And I think it's an interesting thing. It's kind of like, I'm thinking of when you would use it. Maybe somebody who has like a one-track mind. They only can focus on one thing. Let's find a good one to end this on. Okay, here's another one. كأنك بتنفخ في جربة مقطوعة. كأنك بتنفخ. Okay, تنفخ is like you try to inflate, like blow something up. And it says كأنك is as if you're trying to blow up a torn up bottle. So جربة مقطوعة is like, yeah, like when your bottle has like a, like say like a water bottle has like a cut in it or a tear. Or okay, think of like a balloon. You're trying to like blow something up and it's torn, so you're not going to get anywhere. كأنك بتنفخ في جربة مقطوعة. And it means you're wasting effort. It's like you're just wasting your time and effort because you could say like you're beating a dead horse. It's kind of like that. I feel like I want to end it with something a little bit more positive. Let's see what else we have in here. This one I just have to share. It's not really positive, but okay. ما تنبل في فمه فولة. ما تنبل. Tenbil, okay. Fula is like a bean, right? Faful are beans. Famu, his mouth. Ma tenbil, the bean does not get wet in his mouth. And it means that he can't keep a secret. You know what I mean? Like you hear something and then you say it right away. So even the bean won't stay in his mouth long enough to get wet. So ma tenbil fi famu fula. He can't keep a secret. I love it. I love these أمثال. We'll have to do another one of these. What are some of your favorite proverbs or idioms in Arabic? Let me know in the comments down below. إيش العبارات المجازية المفضلة عندك والأمثال المفضلة عندك؟ علموني في التعليقات تحت. أحبكم، سووا لايك واشتراك واشوفكم قريب إن شاء الله. Please like and subscribe and I'll see you guys soon.